Mm.
Love is lying. Oh yes, love is lying.
Mm-hmm.
Love and wisdom. Mm-hmm. To
There
all.
should be a program coming on TV called Love of Life.
Love of life.
Love of Life.
See, there was two names
So
of our
popular.
divine creator.
Yeah,
See, and they always
copycat.
yes.
Hmm.
And who they always copy?
Us?
Yes.
Every day, every time.
The native. They always copying the native.
That's right.
And then sell what you copying back to the native.
Ain't that, boy, is that Slick Willie or what?
This is why
is that Slick Willie? Is that a schemer?
Let's talk about
it. I mean, look at his behavior. It ain't nothing but a schemer.
Come on with it. I know the older you are, the more you know.
Yeah. Nobody can tell me nothing. I was around when all this hatred was going on. I mean, when it was deeply rooted. And everybody that looked like white was all for it. Don't you try to fool me now that you change. Anytime you harm any human being from day one up until now, is the same.
It's the same. Yes. So let's have some ideas about ideas.
Yeah.
Just like the idea you just said. Coming to another's land.
Yeah.
And enslaving them. What about that as an idea?
Yeah, that's right. And that was his idea. You might not was thinking what he was thinking, because what was on your mind and what was on his mind is two different minds. He had entrapment all along. He just needed to get an observation of what all going on. Then I noticed they go back and report it to the big missionary who sent them out on that mission, who funded them to get them money, because it takes money to go anywhere and do anything. And somebody had to aid them in the finance to make them long journeys and report back.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We know a tank of gas ain't free.
Sure enough ain't.
And we talking about going traveling.
Yeah.
By boat, ship, some that need propelment.
Yeah.
Seeing those ideas was by people. Only humans have ideas.
That's right.
So this is something that we really need to hone in on. Is that everybody don't have the same idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I play this video of them folks in that parliament?
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
They they have a whole bunch of representation in their parliament over in New Zealand.
I wonder, could we find it on here? I don't know. It might be easier. I didn't know how if it's on you.
But they had a treaty, a long-lasting treaty with these indigenous people of that land.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to reword the treaty.
See that? Look at it.
Behind their back. And
look at that.
Then they went and tried to throw it on the agenda without them knowing. So they had votes and stuff going around, and then they had the chance to put their vote in. But they also went and did a war cry in their native language and told the paper up in front of them. And was like standing on what they were saying.
That's how you handle it.
But it was a younger girl that started it, but they all started standing up, chanting it, and dancing and stuff too. But this the video.
Okay.
The microphone more over here.
But I'm just gonna turn
it up. Well, see, this is what it's all about.
That's okay with the paper.
That's how you do that and give them light and just like that. Going raise. Right there in the old coat room. Look at him.
That's how they come.
Uh-huh. Good goodness alive, they mean business. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that beautiful?
The house is suspended until the ringing of the bells. The gallery is to be cleared.
The gallery is to be clear. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
submitted it.
Yeah.
That's what they should have.
Uh-huh. See, but what if they wouldn't have made that noise and stood up? What if they wouldn't have made that noise and stood up? See, this what's wrong with us over here as people. We not doing what Nova Drew Ali said and put in place. And we can do the same thing and put a stop to that. He got a certification number up in Library of Congress. That's all we gotta do is take our stand. Stand like a man. Stand like the spiritual man. Not the flesh man now. Not the flesh man, the spiritual man.
If we, what I just understood, I didn't understand. And the language is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's the key. Another culture should be able to understand you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're talking in your language.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So if we up here screaming justice in English,
yeah,
you ain't doing that.
Showed up there.
Well, we need to be, I don't even need to understand you. So that means, hey,
they were shining their language.
There you go.
Oh.
So we must understand what the great creator have got for us. Mm-hmm. Is words to shout.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
So in those same times, if the enemy of the divine come on your land or come to attack you and yours, you have a right of spiritual self-defense. And that comes with physical measures also.
That's right.
So this is an important time of love divine, because as we see, natives are rising.
That's right.
And they've been wanting to keep the black folks down for a long time.
That's the mission.
But the black folks know they are natives, that a lot of lies been told. And so a lot of things ain't going the same way as they was going. So it's some interesting times, and it's always a beautiful time to bring wisdom. Because love and wisdom is needed in these times. But just some of the ideas. Do y'all, as a people, black people, like the idea of someone ruling over you?
I don't care.
Especially another that's not yours.
Yeah.
Your kind.
Especially somebody that doesn't know what justice is.
That's right. You got that right. That's right.
Created the divine.
You shouldn't have to march for no justice. Not if you have a just department. If anything, they march for you. They have the authority and the power to take care of business, but they playing games with you because they see you marching in the street and you don't really have to do all that. But they know they got you when they see you doing that because they got the last upper hand on you. So how long we been marching in the street? Long time. And they keep singing the song, no justice, no peace. That's their language.
Mm-hmm. And just a start for us. The opening in the name of the divine creator is the start of us approaching our own language.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll begin the divine meeting in the name of the divine creator, Al-Sufian. So we can begin to understand the importance of all this. This is salvation. This is redemption. This is perfection. Coming back to scoop up what's perfect, what's saved, and what's redeemed. It's a variety of ways we've been duped.
It is. Many ways.
And it's only one exit. Out of all the variety of ways we've been duped, there's only one exit door. And that's the way. That makes sense, right? That's the only way. The exit door. Other than that, you're stuck in. And what happens inside happens to you because you inside.
And I would just like to iterate that this is why they want you to pledge allegiance to a flag. And they want you to stand in their national anthem. You see how they make that mandatory and push that over on you, and anybody don't stand or say, you see what happened to them? See, this is a matter of control and getting you programmed to follow along. So it's time to break away. It's time, like you said, to exit. Exit from falsehood and lying to truth. Because when you exit, you need to know where you're going.
That's right. That's right. You need to know where you're going.
And we ask the question today to every native people, do you know where you're going today? Because there's many signs going this way and that way.
Created by others.
Yeah.
Who don't have you in interest as a benefit when it comes to their ideals. These certain groups are carrying a certain group ideal. And their ideology remains the same throughout generations. And if generations have passed where certain things for us hasn't been passed down, how is they in such a continual line?
Yeah.
Where everything is just perfected for them.
Yeah.
But then on our side, it's a rip the shred. Look like we put it in a shredder.
Yeah, they ought to be able to see that. But why they see it and keep going along? That's my question. See along, go along.
And it's bringing us up to the way. Because we have to know what's all inside and what we want to get out of and away from. Because if we don't know the ideals of it, then somebody else could put you in the same ideal when you exit. And you could be going right back into another loop.
Yep.
And that's why we need wisdom. Without wisdom, self will not know. And that's just the bottom line of it. if we still being duped, if you still being anything on the side of on the enemy of the divine, then self needs wisdom, and it's the only thing that's going to be able to solve self, because self needs to know what's going on. And for it's some people who not concerned with what's going on.
No, they cool with it.
There's some who are.
Yeah, and this is what I have observed, son, is that the elders, they pleased with the way everything is. It's up to y'all young generation to don't follow them elders, because them elders done lost their mind. Bad as I hate to say it, I'm in the elder category. I ain't lost mine, but all the ones that I talk to, they got the mind of a child. This is what I'm seeing. Everybody I meet, pretty much got the mind of a child. And they're like they cool with the way things are. Like it's all right for the so-called Europeans to have the upper hand. They cool with it. If you have the upper hand, you don't mistreat nobody if you in power and have authority.
And so if some other person have ideas and their ideas don't contain love, this is a way that we want to know this is an exit door. Because once we understand what and how this all began and what was the sole purpose of those against us, why they did this, then we'll know everything for everything as it is. Because we need to know what it is.
That's right. Now.
Right. Because the more we know, the better we're able to protect ourselves.
There you go.
And so we have to understand that the people who want to be against us by not ever helping us, they want us to fall under a certain doctrine so they can be able to justify themselves under such doctrine. This is why it's happening to these people. So each black person needs to know what it is. Because ain't no other nation gonna tell them.
No, they ain't gonna tell you.
If they very own don't come and tell them.
Yeah, if they ain't told you by now, you can forget about it.
You can forget about it. It's the game is on every black person.
There you go.
But I don't know if every black person is aware of that.
They not.
And so this is a plot against every black person to trap you away from the exit door. And the only way they can do it is by keeping us hidden and keeping us sedated. Only way they can do this by keeping us hidden, locked in somewhere, and then keeping you sedated wherever you locked in at. So you never fight to come out. So this is what we have in our environment. We have sedations, things that seduce us to keep forgetting that this don't have to be. That this is only a group of others' ideals.
That's right.
And it's a good time. And you don't have to believe others' ideals.
Thank you. Can I say something?
Oh, please, it's all open.
That's why I never agreed or went along with the slave concept that a white man, a so-called white man, because he ain't white, I want to be clear, but a so-called white man say he has the authority to enslave another man who don't look like him, and totally different. So I had a big problem with that. Always have, and I still have it now. It ain't going nowhere. Regardless if you see me talking to whites, hanging out with whites, it ain't going nowhere. It's in the back of my mind. Cause see, I got a plan too, but he don't.
Yeah, you don't know it. See, that's what we're talking about. You got an idea. See, he ain't the only one with the idea. And this is what they created, a doctrine to enclose us in, so black people cannot feel as great as they are. So he gave them a doctrine that's used to be similar to the way of your life, but now it has alterations. Every black person used to live a certain way.
That's right.
Until these certain ideas.
That's right.
By these
groups. That's right. That's right. I remember reading with John Henry Clark, that blind man who was a historian. He said he remembered a time when there wasn't no crime in Holland until the invader came. Just to back up what you said. See?
Every black person. We didn't have these such ideas.
Yeah.
But since the tax invader came, he been coming with his taxable ideas. So we have to understand the tax invader came with his tax doctrine that allows him to steadily do opposite of who your nature is.
That's right.
So the white man has never taught the black man. How the white man got here. He taught him how to pay a bill.
Yeah.
He taught him where to go to the Department of Labor. He taught him how many years to sit in jail.
Yeah.
But he never taught him who he is.
Never did. Never did.
Do you think the white man might know the truth of you?
I believe you do. Ain't no doubt about it. If he didn't, he wouldn't lie. That's an example right there.
That's a beautiful example. It's simple.
How about that?
Simple and sweet.
How about that?
He wouldn't have to lie.
He wouldn't have to lie. He wouldn't have to say Christopher Columbus discovered this land. How about that?
Why that idea? Yeah, they ain't switched up on why that idea.
Yeah.
We done seen interest rates change. We done seen inflation change. We done seen mortgage rates change. But we ain't seen Christopher Columbus. He ain't changed that one yet.
He ain't changed that yet.
What about that idea?
Yeah. Don't tell that to the indigenous people.
Why is this so important
that too, huh?
for the native to believe?
Yeah.
And not the native discovered America.
Yeah.
But Christopher Columbus.
Oh, Christopher.
Why is this idea so important? If you or them want power, because we've been given this idea, but now we can say, have this idea given us any power?
No, it hasn't.
Has it gave us any salvation?
No, it hasn't. The opposite.
Did someone give it to us, or did we make this up? Then is the person who gave it to us, are they in salvation? Are they reaping the harvest?
They're playing the God game, yeah.
They trying to play native.
Yeah,
You don't see them in front of you acting like you almost.
that's right.
Playing your music, using your slang. Oh, I thought these was the people you would never want to be like. Why low key?
Yeah.
They copying the natives.
Yeah. And you know he's a hypocrite because how you know is that he'll talk about the black woman. She this and that and the lowest of the lowest, and I turn right around and lay with her. How about that? How about that? Is that white coat Chaco? Think about that.
That's the idea he have of her, but then when it comes to actions, he don't keep the same idea.
See what I'm talking about?
So we can see ideas could be a deadly thing.
Oh, yes, it is.
They can become very quite dangerous.
Yes.
Yes, anybody with a bad idea.
Thank you. They will do that. That's right. See, this is the
I'm
purpose,
glad you brought that
regardless
forward.
of what color. This is why truth is so important, and love is so important to any color you want to bring up. Let's take this the scale of truth out.
Because that's the problem. That's the problem. The bad idea.
There you go.
No one can do something if they ain't got the idea of it.
There you go.
So it's a group of individuals that keep pushing certain ideas that they don't do themselves. Or they push ideas that are their nature, but they act like they don't do it themselves. So they plant an idea in the black person that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Do you learn that before you even learn in school? Or do you learn about Jesus first?
No, Jesus on the back burner. You don't learn truth in school first. I know that for a fact. I've been there many times. How about that? And all y'all who done been there as well know as well what I'm saying.
See, and that's what happened, let's say, to the great invention and creation that you had created.
Yes, yeah.
These people seen the creation and seen the idea and seeing that's what they stole.
That's what they did.
The idea.
Yeah.
And this is what they've been doing to natives the whole time.
All along.
They've been stealing their ideas and then giving them back the whitewash of their own idea. So yeah, you already had your creator, but now you're gonna believe in this as the creator.
Yeah.
This is an idea.
Mm-hmm. When I look at him, when it comes down to the word creation and I look at him as cremation because that's all he good for. Burning up stuff and tearing up stuff. That's his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Not creation,
Mm-hmm.
but cremation.
Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's so important. Do he ever talk about your people in the divine light?
It's all bad.
Why that as an idea?
When he speaks, it's all bad.
Is that how he think of us?
That's how
or is that how we are?
That's how he think of us, but we are not that way.
So somebody can think something opposite of your action.
Yeah.
See, and if they say majority rule, then the idea could be said that the idea governs the action.
Yeah.
Instead of your action governing your idea.
Thank you.
If a group of people had to team up to come steal, plunder, and we know lesser to greater evils, that means it didn't belong to them, right? You don't got to steal nothing belong to you, do you?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't got to plunder.
Thank you. Thank you. And I thought we always said first come, first serve. If we was in first, let us be first. Not second. Not Johnny come lately. The golden rule, first come, what? First serve.
Could have been way on the other side of the United States. On the West Coast, like I keep saying, we are nowhere over there. Y'all could have been way over there. And we would have been.
That is so true. The earth is spacious.
So
they got if they so native, space. Don't they have their own native land?
So I'm hot, y'all hot.
Okay, I'm good too now. We native, we got our own native land. They came here.
Yeah.
Do they have their own native land?
They ain't got nothing.
They came here from where? Was wherever they came from their native land?
You done heard the story many times. They came on the boat too. They are innocent.
I got to learn that place on Russia, that cave with them. Caves of Europe. Over there. Yeah, that's where they come out. I don't know, was it cloned there in the cave?
See, that's what he.
Science has been experimented a long time ago. Don't just get caught on the United States of scientists, but there have been many more scientists before these Johnny come lately came about.
And that's what he hope you don't know.
That's right.
He hope you don't know none of them scientists, none or the narrative. He needs you with his narrative, because if you get that narrative, it's called the end of his time.
Yeah, and what that old guy that they always putting on the pedestal, the scientist, they always call his name. I can't call him.
Their scientists, they put on pedestals, give them awards and prizes.
Yeah, boy.
Give them a high boosted salary.
Einstein, that's who I'm looking for.
So we done heard of it.
See that?
We done heard of it, and we
done
heard
rocket science. See?
Right, and we done heard some of them declare some of Einstein's ideas.
Deal. That's what I'm talking about.
And so they think Einstein had the better ideas
Idea than
than
all.
our
Yeah.
ancestors.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, if they didn't teach you none of your ancestors' ideas
Uh-oh.
that was related to the same matter,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
now you think your ancestors don't have any ideas
Uh-huh.
when they are the creator of ideas.
Mhm.
See, this is important because when we was in elementary, we didn't get the sciences of elements.
Mhm.
We got the science of spells,
Mhm.
letters,
Mhm.
numbers.
Mhm.
Did we know that?
Mhm.
Let's just say, for instance, did we know our ancestors had 10 days in a week?
Look at this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you have that idea in mind that you can have more than 7 days
Look at this.
in a week?
Mm.
See, all this is part of called ideology.
Sure is.
Ideology, what is ideology? It's a collection of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So they love to give you their own ideologies about how you should think about yourself.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. And if you notice that all these CEOs, these are boys in high places with high ideas, and whatever they think of, it's gonna be carried out.
That's right.
CEO. That's all I hear now. Is CEOs now. No wise man. We don't level of knowledge and wisdom. Now we at CEO.
Mm-hmm.
And they stick their chest out
Mm-hmm.
and be proud to be a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean a thing to me.
So it's very important to understand how ideals work.
I remember being in class, and it was in my geography class, and we talking about realism and idealism. And realism was ones who accept it as it is. Idealism is idealistic who's making change to make it better than what it is.
That's a great point you just made. And that's how the government is designed.
That's correct. That's correct.
When you hear republic,
That's right.
and when you hear those are idealistic.
That's right.
Those are ideology,
Uh-huh.
not realism,
Mm-mm.
not reality.
Mm.
And that's what they want the government in. They want the government in an ideal state instead of a realistic reality state.
Yeah.
So idealistically, black people poor.
Mm.
Now this is just an idea in
idea.
America by people who labeled us poor.
Yeah.
This their idea of us. We don't have this idea of ourselves, but we are told this idea.
Yeah. That's correct. If you hear enough, you will.
See, and that's the point that we trickling down to.
Mm-hmm.
These ideas, what make them powerful is that you give them power.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they powerful. The ideas is powerful because you give them power.
Mm-hmm.
By what? You, what she just said, believing. This is how you give their ideas power.
Mm-hmm.
They need you to believe it.
Yep.
If you don't believe it, it's just an idea. It's just an idea stuck in their mind. Now it's eating them alive. See, this is a whole understanding that they took away from our freedom. And see, it's a little basic tenets that we should have learned as basic elements. That element shouldn't begin with fire, water, air. It should begin with ideas. Fire is an idea. Water is an idea. Earth is an idea. The basic of an element is an idea. And this is where everyone has been given God as an idea. Not something that's real. See, and this is what has stripped black people. Black people used to say, we keeping it real because we always believed in what was real.
That's right.
We didn't believe in the idea.
That's right.
What was the idea was real.
That's right. And you're real.
That's how we know.
Creator is real.
That's how we know. It was about your actions when it came to the black people. It wasn't about your ideas. So now they over here selling ideas to black people.
Yeah.
Because they need black people to believe.
Yeah.
See, they can't even work. First of all, how are you poor when you came to poor people land? And you can steal poor things? And you can be a trillion. How can a person poor be $1 trillion?
Yeah.
How can people poor be $1 trillion in debt?
Yeah.
That's not even possible. Well, unless you have an idea.
Thank you.
Now a number could be an idea.
That's right.
You may say, now it's 70 trillion black people in poverty as an idea.
Well,
but is that real? Did you not come over here and steal? Is that real? And you ignoring the idea that you actually did the action of stealing.
I just want to say this right here. If the people that's already on the land is poor, and that's just a word. Poor and rich is just a term. And who's speaking it? Because when you say poor, that don't mean that person is poor. But I want to get to this point here. I said that to get If it was gold and diamonds already on the land and the indigenous people knew it, they weren't interested in that. They were interested in love and life. The gold was already there. They know it. The source was already there. And you call them poor when they knew where the gold was. You came and stole it, took it, and then turned around and enslaved them and called them poor.
When he was poor all along.
Thank you. I just want to bring that up.
That's a beautiful.
Because the gold was already there on the land and stuff right there where they was at. Remember the gold rushes out there in California? The Indian was already here. They wasn't worried about it. But soon the thieves found out about it. It turned on the gold rush. Now everybody coming to go get the gold.
Yeah, they sold it as an idea.
Yeah.
That is gold over here. And we already knew gold was over here.
They knew it.
We don't value.
We don't value that.
Material.
That's my point. That's my point.
We value the real.
Life and love. That's right. That's my point.
Which is the self.
That's right.
We knew the self was more valuable than gold.
Than the gold.
This is black people nature.
Yeah.
We know ourselves is more valuable than what we see.
That's right.
Some gold and silver and some crystals and an ankh. Y'all don't think we have valued ourselves more important than these things? That's why we made these things.
And another thing I just observed, because there's a lot going on that they ain't telling you. Now, they talking about the border, but see, it's bigger than the border. Now, Mexico and the United States is at war. This is a quiet war. They knocking down the walls that Trump down there built and all. But guess what? This the biggest. In Mexico and them craters, it's a cave over there, full of crystal. That's all under there. You don't think they want it? But first they got to remove the people to get to the crystals. You see the game, you see what they're doing. I guess so.
That's what they doing. We have to understand.
Yeah.
It's nothing but ideas. You, the power. An idea is just an idea.
Idea.
Until you believe it.
Yes, indeed.
Now, if you believe Christopher Columbus discovered America, see, now that's how they enter your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for you believing.
Yeah, sir.
Others' idea can put you in a world of danger.
Yeah.
So we was never idealistic people. Another person can't be you. Another person can't think for you. So why would you need idealistic?
Thank you.
So this is why we had something called wisdom, not ideas. Wisdom, we talk about something that's being practiced over and over, and it hasn't changed. And if you do it 1,000 years later to come, it's gonna do you the same way. And it never changed that it became law. That if you take a step, that's a step taken. That became law. See, this is something that was greater, that we seen, that was greater than money, gold, silver, and any amount of number written on a paper as a check. But someone is responsible for our condition. Because we didn't teach ourselves this mess.
That's right.
We was forced in school.
Yeah.
Forced to go to school. Said you would be in prison if you wasn't going to school.
Oh, yeah.
To learn their ideas.
Yeah.
You were just saying you didn't want their ideas.
Yeah.
And they said they'll throw you in jail if you don't accept their ideas.
Well, back up what you just said. If I wouldn't have sent y'all to school, I would have went to jail.
See
You
what
see
the
how they
idea?
had us?
This is an idea. That's
right.
And they feel if you don't accept their ideas, you should be in jail. This is how they feel.
Yes.
Not the person that's getting done.
Yeah.
See, this is where two robbers can't meet the road. Because now this is called a push and pull or a tug of war.
Yes, indeed.
One is against and one is for. See, and these are ideals. What's real is something totally different than an idea. An idea is very much real, as you see. You can't believe something that does not exist. You know, if you believe of something called a white man, then his ideas work.
Beautiful.
So ideas is very powerful. Ideas can change your psychology.
That's right.
How you think about yourself. If you get another's ideas, you ain't gonna think good of yourself.
That's right. And that's why they push the idea heavily in this country, white supremacy. Don't we hear it everywhere?
That's the
That's an idea
golden.
in concept. So if you believe he the baddest and the best, got the biggest gun, the fastest plane, the fastest jet, and everything, you believe it. It's a done deal. Lucy.
If you believe it, it's done deal. That's how powerful the black man and the black woman and the black child belief is. It's a done deal. They believe in it. So mote it be. This is why we got to know the power of black, because they don't want to act like it ain't no power in black. See, they just switched up the whole ideology of what black is. They made it where black can be enslaved. Black means death. Black means dead in law. So you can get treated any type of way. But those are ideals. Those are not wisdom or divine law. See how we all been played. There's no such thing to the Creator as a Monday through Sunday. That is a ideology from a group of people.
It sure is. I'm finding that out.
There's no such thing as no January, March.
That's right. That's
November. Ain't no such thing.
Ain't no such thing. That's somebody's ideal and concept.
That's what's called ideology.
Yes, indeed.
And if you have these things and these are things you follow, you are following someone else's ideal.
Right on. Right on to the phone.
So this is how a scattering began to happen. Because everything for the original black people, everything was one. Ain't that easy to remember? Y'all think 99 things easier to remember or one thing easier to remember?
Give me one.
That's how easy it was.
I'm a little slow.
All you gotta do is remember one thing. This is how easy it is. Everything else would just be from others.
And I like to say this, and out of all the words to remember this one word, Allah.
That was the significant sign. That was a significant sign that you know your Creator. But see, now to the black man, that would be original for him. Now, to someone who is not him, that's going to look strange to them. That he knows something that's keeping him alive, keeping him from away from stressing, feeling like he in hell, feeling like he in pain, that he feel like he need to get drugged all up, he need to escape the world. The black man never, the black people never felt this way.
Come on.
We always felt that this was the one place. This is the place to be.
And I'll say one thing. Who drugs everybody taking? Pills. Who owns the drug company and the pharmaceutical? He does. I'm gonna hush.
You keep rising the ether.
I'm gonna hush.
Keep raising the ether.
The devil on it. You going to the devil.
Yes. See, and this was the prominent picture to know that the devil is a person, not an idea. See, the person who was the devil got you to think that the devil was an idea. So with the idea, the devil was able to take your land, take your property, take your possessions, and then tell you, pray to God for it back. Yeah, we didn't know all this that we living in called reality. Had to deal with a person. not an idea. If so, we would have never took form, y'all.
That's right.
If we wasn't dealing with something real,
That's right.
we'll stay in the ideal land.
That's right. That's right. And I would like to say this here because every time you say something, you just say it on the
Keep
clock.
going, because we rolling.
Or Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Massachusetts. Ooh. That's somebody's idea.
Oh, bring it.
If y'all don't mind.
Bring it.
In Florida, and don't miss out in Mississippi.
That's it. That's what we want to relate. Those are ideas.
Those are ideas.
Not divine law.
So you mean to tell me that Georgia and Mississippi and Louisiana ain't always been? Right. Is that what y'all saying?
Right.
Is that what y'all saying?
Ideas created by others.
County.
Right. Lowndes County was created by others.
Ooh, come on with it. Boy, it's time to talk to you.
This is how easy to solve it all is.
Mm-hmm.
Those was ideas created by others.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's all they could do to us. Even think about it, to even talk, feel like how y'all experience. Black people not allowed.
Yeah.
Or some form of a phrase of white supremacy.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Talking about fear. That's an idea.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
And through the idea, they want you to believe so you can believe in fear.
Mm.
But fear is an idea.
Mm.
See, we had our own ideas.
Yeah.
Is what we working back to.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have his
Idea. Mm-hmm.
We didn't have hers.
Mm-hmm.
His and hers.
Mm-hmm.
We had our own.
Mm-hmm.
What we thought about the white man.
Mm-hmm.
Did we hear that?
Mm-hmm.
We had our own idea of what we thought about the white man, not what the white man gave us the ideas to think of him.
Yes, right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before we could say the words, what the F you doing, we were thinking about what the F you doing.
That's right. That's right.
So now that it's in language,
mm-hmm.
What is you doing?
Mm-hmm.
This is not the world that we need to understand from our own point of view. Mm-hmm. The world that we look from is how he look at the world. Mm-hmm. These are his ideas, heaven and hell, mm-hmm. good and bad. Mm-hmm. Some ain't right, mm-hmm. always wrong.
Yeah. Mm.
The idea of what's wrong came from him.
That's right.
If you born, ain't nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. You in the land of mm-hmm. everything right. Mm-hmm. Only you can make it wrong. Mm-hmm. And how we grow wrong? By taking others' ideas.
Yep.
We didn't know ideas can be created.
Huh.
We thought it was so more than be. So we didn't know every people got ideas. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The bird got an idea. The squirrel got an idea.
I see them building nests.
They got an idea.
That's right.
But they ain't invade nobody.
No.
They ain't come and attack you.
Yeah.
They ideas don't harm you. Mm-hmm. Human ideas can harm another human. Environments.
That's right.
And then you get bad when the animals come back and
yeah.
Come back into their own.
They land and start taking land back.
That's right. That's right.
Because the highway ain't always was there now. Just think about any highway on the land.
There you go.
They go zigzag and zag. Mm-hmm. That highway ain't always been there. Mm-hmm. See, mm-hmm. We don't think like that. Mm-hmm. We don't think like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna read something because I think it's important
Please
for
do.
us to
Please do.
talk about why we talking
Yeah,
about
please
ideals.
do. Please do.
Now, this is an ideal. Listen to this. While there may be times that we are forced or tricked to say or do things against our nature.
Oh man. Boy, we are right there. We are right there stuck in that rut there. Loud and clear.
And somebody that's the enemy of the divine think that's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
To have people feeling forced, to have people go against their nature.
Mm-hmm.
He loved this as an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make them go against their nature.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make them go do the opposite of what they would do. Since they creator say they righteous, let me go and test them. This is how his ideas are. This is so how he think.
Yeah, make the change.
Remember, the white man can think now.
Yeah.
You just see his thinking just saying it's against nature.
Oh no.
So his ideas all against nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got an idea for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you may not want his idea.
Mm-hmm.
So now think about his idea in your black skin.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this now.
Mm-hmm.
A white man's idea in a black man's body.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to go good together?
No, that don't even make no sense.
That's
poison.
Yes, that's called how you destroy a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the white man's ideal.
Yeah.
How you destroy any black person.
Mm-hmm.
How do you destroy
all
him?
you have to do.
Give them the opposite.
Give them the idea.
What's the opposite of healing? So they figured the science out of opposites. So now this is their ideology. Let's take them away from everything that nature made them for. So the thing is now, as people, we can believe ideals. So now we have to think about what we believe as ideals. Because we can have someone else's ideology.
And another thing I like to point out on the ideas, why didn't Allah had a military all around him to kill people? He didn't need, when you divine, you don't need no military. Think about that. And anything of divinity is surrounded by divineness. What you need a gun and a bomb for? We know that takes life away. And what America good for, and all their resources, what they do, they give more money to the military than any other branch on the planet Earth in the USA.
And see, that's another thing. Since they never told us the truth, we never knew the truth of ourselves.
That's right.
So we always had a military, but we didn't. Now that we got another's language, and their language have a set of ideas, now we don't know what our military was. See, our military was wisdom.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
This is why we left something like put on the armor of God.
Oh, yes.
See, and no weapon shall prosper.
Right on.
See, they couldn't understand this belief we had in Allah, so they was like, we got to test this out. Because we can't get them to do nothing. They don't listen. They don't do nothing. Anything we say, they don't do. And we don't supposed to. We are our own. But they take it as that's not good for them.
Mhm.
Because if they can't control these people, then these people may do something to them.
Yeah.
See, they think bad all the time.
Yeah, that's what they're afraid of.
They think bad all the time. Because they always having bad action.
Yeah. In everything they do.
So they think idealistically bad. Because it got to come back to them because of all the bad they've done.
Mm-hmm.
These not good people we talking about.
That's right.
They carry bad ideas that have destroyed a sector of purity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's so filthy now.
Mm-hmm.
Because these ideas are now ruling the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and another thing I like to point out,
Mm-hmm.
the thief and the robber, he's so clever. He said that, well, you know what we better do? After we done took and stole and become imperialism and they have taken everything that we can take, we better draw us up a law and come up with a lecture so if anybody violates in our rule, we're going to electrocute them. This is what the idea, this is what they thinking and plotting and planning on you. And this is what they put in place. That's why they came up with that Department of Justice so they can persecute you.
Right.
I'll close on that.
See, because the white man needs somebody to persecute.
Thank you.
He persecute his opposite.
Thank you.
Remember, he think bad of his opposite.
Yeah.
Just like the movie show you.
Thank you.
He think that's how the movie begins.
Sure do.
So now when we're talking about how did all this come about, because before the white man had his idea, he had to see something to even have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So something must pre-exist in him that he came unto and wonder why not me. And if I can't have it, then they can't. But you seen a whole collection of whole nations of us having fun, needing little.
Didn't need nothing.
Just each other.
Rich in love and prosperity and peace.
Mm-hmm. And so this is how he's seen he had to make a change into what we believe. See, and he knew it's something that he couldn't see. He said, oh, they believe in something we can't see evidently. So we got to create something. The idea we come up with gotta have something that you can't see. And so that's when they started stealing our high concepts of things you can't see, that we call the unseen. And they use that as a idea to start off their system.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
So, and that's became God. God is the idea they use to steal us from our own parents. Oh, your parents were slaves. Oh, your parents wasn't good. Oh, your parents didn't have riches. Your parents was poor. Oh, your parents wasn't gods. These the gods over here that came and invaded your parents, enslaved your parents, made them forget who you are. So by the time you come, they can't tell you who you are.
Thank you.
But the power we believe in is greater than a white man. So we gonna always keep coming.
Thank you.
And we gonna finally remember. See, and that's the beauty of what was so embedded into the black beauty. See, and this is why we have to understand the attack on black. The game is on all black people.
That's right.
The game is on all black people. Now you see black people scattered, separated, but that's after accepting their ideas. Before they came and their ideas was placed and put into our mind through force and trickery and false belief, through giving us a false hope. They thought we would not find our way back home. Stole all our native culture, put it in corporations, stores, shops to sell back to us in hopes that we never pick up, but just only keep claiming we want more purchasing power. See, and none of these was casted from our ancestors. These are ideologies from another. And so the time has come that we have to understand a set of ideologies is called a religion. And a religion is what forms one's psychology. So this is why they had to corrupt your religion and turn it into and weaponize it and turn it a weapon against you. And so the very much thing that saved you, religion, is the very much thing you reject now. See, and that's called the black hand, white spirit. See, you're moving around as a black, but inside is nothing but the white man's religion. Remember, religion is his whole set of ideology that you believe that he has the right to do.
Yeah.
Because you believe in what he believes in.
Mm-hmm. Even when I look at today, how they gonna set up shop with their constitution. Their constitution is their idea. We ain't got nothing to do with that. But yet, every man that lives under the USA policy and law has his country.
Carry.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
They wrote that constitution. We ain't had nothing to do with it. And now they want us to live by it. And now, not only here, but they want to spread their wings like an eagle and all over a new world order. Want to take it from here and spread it all over the world. They big out, they greedy. Look how greedy it is. A new world order now.
Mm-hmm. And they so big now, that's why only wisdom gonna save self.
Mm-hmm.
Because it done got out of hand.
It's out of hand.
And so, as an individual now, that's the only thing you can do is be able to take care of yourself If you can take care of yourself, then you can take care of those you love.
That's right.
But if you down, then love down.
Then love down. That's right. That's right.
So love operates with wisdom, so it can keep being everlasting, eternal, and complete by gentleness. But with the wrong set of ideas, we'll believe in bad ideas as they are good.
There you go. And see, and that's what messes up so many of our families, because what if you don't know what's going on, and then you let him come in your household with his ideas, and you swallow it hook, line, and sinker, and believe it. And now you on the road to destroying your family. See, and this what not happened to us. His ideas have come into our household and destroyed us all. And when he come up with that 911, that was one of the cleverest numbers you can come up with. If someone, your child can die that, and then you going to jail. How about that? Now that the minor, your child is in control now over the parents by his ideas and his concept. I say it's time to get rid of all that. It's got to go. And yet, well,
Because I just realized for myself all through this journey was to get through all of the pain. And some people ain't fighting for themselves. And so you can't be in pain because others not fighting for themselves. And since you fought for yourself to be free as you are, that came with effort and a fight.
That's right.
And when others not doing for themselves as they are doing for others,
that's right,
then you can't let that cause you pain. Because that have for myself is you just hate seeing people suffer. You hate seeing people in pain. You hate seeing people cry out.
Yes,
But those people who are crying out, are they willing to fix themselves? If you're not willing to fix yourself, it's no use for one who is fixing themselves to help. Because they're taking time away from themselves to help something that's ungrateful. And anyone who is ungrateful, this is why misfortune is happening. Misfortune don't come from good actions. The universe is designed in a way that people can hate you, but the universe won't.
that's right.
The universe will still be evil because the universe is made by law, not according to ideas. So if your actions are governed by law, not by ideas, how people think of you, what you should and should not do. If you are doing good actions and they are in the harmony of the universe, then the universe take on gifting you. You see, and this is what we have to understand. We have to understand self-knowledge. This will get you back home to yourself, to your own creativity, to your own understanding, to why you exist, and remembering who you are. Because Another person can't teach you who you are. You can't be told, or you would have stayed as an idea. You came to be. You came to see. You came to see yourself, and you came to be yourself. But somewhere in the age experience, an idea trickled in. And we have different ways ideas can come, and especially in our time, technology. So these things are now here, and we don't know ideas affect your psychology. But ideas is a form of philosophy. So this is why one can speak an idea, but not do the actions of an idea. Because it's just their philosophy. But if we understand what we need to understand, and that's even if we have surrendered your sovereignty, no force, no person, nor being can truly own your soul.
That's right.
Your mind.
That's right.
Or your flesh.
That's right.
See, and this is the psychology of the black people. Originally. Now, if you got the hybrid black people who got the black hen white spirit, well, now you don't think nothing of the spirit, mind, and body. The soul, mind, and flesh. But this was what was more valuable than the gold and silver. Because you got to live on. So no corporation, society, or person may claim ownership over your soul, mind, flesh, nor even the land, water, or air. These are ideas.
Beautiful.
If they can get you to believe them,
Beautiful.
then their ideas can come true for them. It makes their dream a reality. So we in this duality created by the white man, which is not a duality because the white man is not the creator. So we have to understand, where did creation come from? Did it come out of night or did it come out of day? And when we say rest in peace, is that saying night or is that saying day? See, our ancestors were deep thinkers, clear thinkers. And the way of our ancient old ancestors was that old time religion, that Islamism. This is what the native culture was. And this is what the enemy of the divine hates. Islamism is the divine. And anything not Islamism is the devil. This was an understanding of the black people, that the black people have left out, left away, and joined. As I say, if you can't beat them, join them. So those who joined them, this is the new ideologics that they have. That blacks are slaves. Black have no power. Blacks are slaves of whites. Black mean poor. Black mean you have no soul. You need to be saved. Black means you born in sin. None of that is Islamism. There's no sin in Islam. So it's not even a concept or an idea for you to be born in sin. But those who joined those think that. So we have to understand every ideal don't belong to you. And there are such things as ideals created by others. Whatever your beliefs, whatever your ideas, let them not cloud the right for these words to be heard. We need these truths to be posted, published, shared, like whatever to help people to begin to know. Don't expect, if you're a black person, to have somebody other than a black person come and tell you the truth. So some ideas are considered essential, a must by most for survival. Other ideas, like what you're eating today, only a handful of food decisions from the millions of choices of edible things in the world. These are not well considered ideas. You could be eating a different fruit all of your life, but they got you stuck in a Monday through Sunday food schedule. You want to see Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell. Look at how small the range has got. They cutting off your link to infinity through ideas. While we are free to form our own choices and actions, it is an absolute fact that the most of the ideas we choose to believe are created by someone else and then adopted,
Especially in the USA.
Adopted by us.
Goodness.
With little change or investigation into the idea, like Christopher Columbus. See, it hasn't been no change.
Ain't been no change.
This is how you know how well planted the idea is.
That's right.
See, and this is where people become dangerous. Because you don't know what they're thinking. Words are of ideas, to which certain ideas of meaning have been attacked by others. Somebody say they voted for Harris and they a Trump supporter, they against one another.
That's right.
And they ain't even create either.
Yeah, that's right.
but the believer adopted. And this is how susceptible our minds are. So we can get ourselves in a world of trouble by not investigating the idea. We trust meanings to be true. Why do the meanings of what the white man say is the end all be all? It wouldn't make sense to just a normal human. Don't nobody got the end all be all to another. This is how far we have gone. And your children gonna take you farther. Because they extensions of you. If it ain't stopping with them, it's gonna continue with you.
Yeah.
All of this is same pot of lineage.
Yeah. And that's why I can reflect on what you just said, that if the parents don't get it right, and then they teaching the children, and what the children learning, and when they get grown, they have a family, they're gonna teach them the same thing. So this pattern that the Europeans set out to brainwash us from the get-go and send it out through our history is what we're experiencing today from his thought of poisoning the parents so they can poison the children.
That's what's called a generational
Generation after generation. And
holocaust.
It's real. It'll keep going.
That's what's called a generational holocaust.
That's right.
It's already here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The youth is destroyed.
Yeah.
And it don't just because of them, it goes up the line. When you join your enemy, the proof is gonna be in the pudding somewhere down the line. You might be the first generation that got away.
Yeah.
But your later generation, it's just gonna be evident.
Yeah.
Just like celebrity children.
There you go. Good example.
It's evident. So now you got to make a decision. You either finna just go the right way, and everything that's not on the right way got to go, or you keep going the way that you know is wrong and get the best out of it. Because since the white man religion is in most of black people's mind, it creates a so you gotta choose now which way. See, because stories such as history are ideals by the white man. George Washington is a history written by the white man. Whoever wrote it won it. So the first president ain't our president. And any other president along the line, on the same numbers, wouldn't be our ideas. The people in power would not be our ideas in power. So these people have written their ideas. And since these ideas was written by others, you yourself choose to believe their ideas of certain events. See, we think we just read it. No, this is why reading out of a book is very, very careful. You got to do, because words go into the brain.
Thank you.
And if you're not an investigator, then you just an acceptor. So if you don't go against the text yourself, then the text seep inside of you. So if you ain't never tracking, going back and forth, this is an effort. That's why it's called mental labor. Because to understand spiritually, you got to go through the mental labor. This is called studying to know thyself. If it ain't self-approved, then see what we're saying. Everything you believed in means it's approved by you. And so you going wherever is approved by you. That would just make common sense. The Creator wouldn't allow you to be against your own free will. When we talk about your free will to believe, this is why belief exists. So you can believe and go wherever you want to go. No holds barred by the Creator. He want to see who you are. Because you're supposed to be Him.
Okay. There you go.
But here, the enemy of the divine idea is you can't be Him. You can't be equal to Him. You can't be equal to the divine. Then what? That would make you a devil. If you're not equal to the divine, then you a devil. So black means divine. But the white man will never tell you that. White people would never tell you that. White people would never tell you that black people are divine. Because divine has a law.
That's right.
And so if you're telling people they divine, now that comes with a set terms and conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't need black people using terms that consider them divine. They need you using their ideas of how they think of you. They need you to become an enemy to yourself. They need you to self-destruct yourself. They need for you to do everything against your own nature. So all these things been written down, shoved in our eyes, so we can see. Yet we trust the story of these ideals to be true. See, and that's when they can slide some things in the Bible, which you know ain't real, but now you'll consider it.
Here we come now.
So this is how deep ideals is because of the book. The book has seeped in people's minds, and now they no longer attached to their creator. They actually not attached at all. But you have an idea of it, and that's why you think you attached to it. But you don't see actions is more valuable than ideas, or you wouldn't exist yourself. You could just stay an idea. You didn't have to come in form. Why did you come in form? That's your idea. Why did you come in form? See, they couldn't write that. But they'll tell you, hey, here's this, hey, put this in your face, put this, shove this, all while you're young. You ain't got defense mechanisms while you're young. You ain't got nothing. So if you ain't got Islam, when you young, you ain't got no protection. Islam protects the children. And so if a child don't know anything, the child better know the word Islam. Because this is a different terminology than the enemy of the divine. See, in our Islamism is divine. But of course, the situation you in a game, so that means everybody ain't for you. It's a team that's against you, and they need you to lose for them to win.
Right.
So they need you to think of their ideas for you to lose. So you need to think on your own ideas for you to win. How you gonna run the government this year? What you gonna be doing? You ain't sitting back. You done let the jack sit back.
That's right.
And nothing came out the hat. Now it's your time. If you believe you can do better, show through your actions you better. So we have to understand his religion itself is an accumulation of ideals. Believing you're going to heaven ain't got nothing to do with an action. You can treat people wrong, do yourself wrong, do others wrong, and you can just believe and get into life, get into a good place, and you being a bad person. So that's what Christianity has evolved to be, an accumulation of ideals that no one really acts on or do. And now the enemy of the divine is running rampant with his Christianity, condemning people, damning people, apostatizing people, exonerating, excommunicating, like all the unerring things.
And then the Department of Justice, they have the audacity to turn around because they become president to pardon troops.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. And so, far from some adopted ideals, some ideas are neutral, harmless. But some ideas, such as divine right of rule, are extremely dangerous. This is what's on the land. This is what they're using on the land. They say they got the divine right to rule over you. And they ain't even create you.
That's right. Flip the script.
So that's why we have to know the difference between the created man and the made man. The black people, every black person is self-created. Every white person is man-made. And there's a difference in the two.
That's right.
Self-creation needs nothing to create self. A made man needs what's already made to create himself, to make himself, not create, to make himself. So the white people needs technology for them to make themselves. The black people don't need technology to make themselves. You think we got gifted because of technology? You think we can shoot basketball, do outstanding things from sports to all forms of entertainment through technology, or is that a natural gift and talent? So we never needed technology. Technology need us. We was already doing spiritual things on the land before 400 years later come and they have technology. We've been online before internet was talking about online. That's where they get the concept from. Islam. We've been online. So when we talking about this divine right of rule, this is what Christianity has took over. And they say anybody under Christianity, they have the divine right of rule over. So this is an extremely dangerous, and they have the power to alter our perception of not just the world around us, but our own family and who we think we are. That's how bad these ideas can become. our families begin making bad decisions.
Yeah. That's where that comes from. You been around the enemy too long. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, and this is what we have to know. We have to know that the original man, in its plainest terms, it don't get more understanding than the black person. The black person knows their own experience. The white person don't know the black person experience. They don't even know themselves to even know you. Now the ones that's in power, they know you. But who you buttering around, snickering up with, they don't know who you are. The ones that you can touch, they don't know who you are. It's the ones in power of authority that's called the office. They the ones know who you are. And if you don't know the truth of yourself and your enemy know the truth of you, then you in for a rude awakening. So it's things that you must know. Because if not, the devil will be out to trick the divine. And this is what makes it fun for you down here. See, you get bored down here with technology and all this stuff because you don't know you supposed to be out here stiff arming, Heinzman, chicken noodle and soup. You supposed to be knocking demon, demonic, all off you, from you, away from your family. You up here sitting down on the couch now. Hey, and these was ideas that wasn't even here yet. Sitting on the couch, we didn't know what sitting on the couch was. That was on our mind. We would say we were sitting in our mind. We finna sit down. When we were saying sit down, we were talking about in our mind. They sit down and they made a couch. They don't understand what we talking about. When we say, man, sit down somewhere, we're not talking about you. We talking about your mind. They don't understand that. They thought we talking about a couch, sit down somewhere.
When you say that, all I can think about when a person is sitting in his mind in meditation. It's so beautiful. When you see people doing this, it's just like sitting in their mind, finding themselves.
Yeah, finding themselves.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Not on no chair. They don't be sitting on no couch now.
Come on with it. Bring it home. We don't see it. We don't see it. Then that's what it says. See, right meditation is the way of a true Muslim. You ain't ever heard the white man in America call himself a Muslim.
Never heard. He won't.
And he won't be because he know what a Muslim is. Don't think he don't know what a Muslim is.
That's right.
He invaded your land. You don't think he invaded what a Muslim is? He's staying far away from that. He'd rather be a Christian than a Muslim. See, because you can do certain things, and what we talking about meditation, he don't want to do meditation. You can't have war. You can't steal. You can't thieve. You can't embezzle if you're doing meditation.
That's right. Look at that.
If meditating is part of your religion, you ain't got no time to be. So this is what has been hidden from us. They never wanted to know the truth. Every black person is a Muslim. They needed you with their idea. Every black person is a Christian. This is why they have Christian black codes. Because they want to make you what every black person is a Christian. But they know every black person religion is Islamism. But they won't tell you that. Why? That's not their ideals. Can you benefit off something you can't control? If so, you will have $1 million, billion, $1 trillion right now.
That's right.
It's because it's out of your control. You ain't got it. Let you be able to print up. You think you'll be having no money?
That's right.
He did that particularly for a reason. He needs something in his control finally, because the whole universe ain't. So he needed a little something called a little printing press. So now he can control and have you to believe that he has the power to do for you. And that's why they don't want none of their white people to know the truth. Of that white people come from black people. So it's very particular. We used to have an ancient word called Maya. This word Maya was the word Allah. But we have to understand Maya means order. Truth has a certain order. And seeing once you know this order, it never changes. See, so when we talking about cosmos, we talking about cosmic order, harmony. Ain't nothing fighting that's related in the cosmos. Everything, the nature of the cosmos is peace. You don't hear the stars up there. You don't hear the moon up there. You don't hear the sun out there. Why is everything so peaceful? And you ain't so peaceful, you can't even notice it. Because Islam is peace and the universe is long. The universe is long. The universe came out of the black. This is where everything comes and begins and has its original first beginning. Even death goes back to black. Why you think death is considered black? Death ain't considered white. So the white man's worst enemy is his own idea against himself. He don't know and understand what he needs to know and understand to get out of here. It's not hard, but it is hard for him. So Islam protected all black people across the world, and they don't need no black people to have Islam because that's what unites all black people. Just like Christianity unites all white people. Even though they got their denominations, you see it unites them. What they don't need is your black ASS uniting with the truth. Whites only.
You see the sign?
See, we opened up Islam to the world. We didn't say blacks only. Yeah, it was Islam is black made. It made, yes, black created, self-created, made for black. Every black person. But it's made for every person in the world. See, in Sufian is long. It's the pureness to every person of humanity, where everything could be considered back equal. So these were just ideas about ideas. So we need new terms again and new words for us to have new worlds. So the white man is no longer the white man to us. We only use white man as a description to make us understand clearly that you black, he ain't black.
That's right.
White ain't black, just like black ain't white. So everything is clean when it's in black and white. We know the truth of the matter. So truth is black, falsehood is white. So when we're talking about understanding what this is, that is 2 minutes left before we close, before this is, everything that associates with the white man and his religion and his ideas, we call them the white man's myths. And the white man himself, we don't need to call him white, consider his term, because he's going to think we're talking about his term.
Yeah.
Our term for white is Uchiwa. We don't want any more of the Uchiwa's ideas, beliefs, or his religion. They can go on, they done hoard with Babylon all 400 years. They done hoard around. Made of Babylon. Made they whores come through Babylon. And now we don't want no more. And so as Noble Drew Ali said, the holy prophet, we are returning the church and Christianity back to the European nations.
Yeah.
And we ourselves are returning back to our Sufian, Allah, Islam, Islamism. And we close in the name of the divine creator, Allah Sufa.